Okay, exercise number 1. This one is a passive stretch. So oftentimes, if you're wearing some kind of a brace, the finger is going to get very, very stiff, and it's probably a little swollen too. So you might notice some joint stiffness and achiness. What we want to do is loosen up the joints in the fingers. But this particular stretch is also going to work on stretching the intrinsic muscles. So sometimes those intrinsic muscles can get very, very tight as well. So what you want to do for this one is you're going to use your other hand to help stretch the DIP and the PIP joint of that finger that is triggering. So say it is my middle finger that is the triggering finger. You want to make sure that your hand is completely relaxed and your other hand is going to do all the work. If you feel any kind of triggering or you think your finger is going to trigger with this one, then just take some good breaths and make sure that that hand is relaxed, because more times than not, you're not truly relaxed and you're kind of helping that stretch. So to do this stretch, what you want to do is take your other hand and you want to take the tip of the finger that's triggering, and you're going to stretch the DIP and then come down and stretch the next joint down, which is the PIP. And then again, make sure that the fingers are nice and relaxed. You can prop your arm up on a table if you want to. Now with this one, you want to make sure that the knuckle is as straight as possible. So my fingers are relaxed, DIP joint, PIP joint is bent. And then I'm actually pushing back a little bit into even a little bit of hyperextension. And you can even take your hand this way and stretch it back this way. Now you may feel a little stretching and pulling even down into here, and that's okay. Shouldn't be painful though, but you're just looking to stretch the DIP and the PIP, and we're looking to stretch all in those intrinsic muscles that are in the hand, surrounding that area that is all swollen. And then you want to pull that back up and stretch up into extension. And hold a couple seconds. So each of those stretches is gonna be a couple of seconds. And you would want to do about 10 of those a couple of times a day. Exercise number 2 is a isometric contraction to the FDP tendon. So the FDP tendon, or your flexor digitorum profundus, that long tendon is the one that gets stuck when you have trigger finger. There's actually recent research that shows that isometric contraction exercises can help stretch the pulley out and therefore make more room when you go to flex your finger and therefore not trigger. You're going to want to grab yourself like a towel, something that you can roll up to place under the finger that is triggering, because you have to place your finger at about 45 degrees of MP flexion. That can lead to better stretch on that pulley. So say again that my middle finger is the finger that is triggering. You're gonna kind of weave this washcloth in between the fingers, or whichever finger is the triggering finger. You can do this for any of the fingers, but you want to make sure that the finger that you are working on is placed in about 45 degrees of MP flexion. So that's the knuckle right here. So you want to rest your hand on the table, and then as you can see, this washcloth is placed under my middle finger, and my knuckle has a nice bend in it right here. So it's close to about a 45 degree angle. No other joints are bending with this one. So what we want to do, we want to apply a downward pressure to the tip of the finger only. And then your finger is going to resist that pressure. And this is about a, mild to moderate amount of pressure. And you want to hold a couple of seconds and relax. And so you would want to do that about 10 times. Let's do a couple of those together. Ready? Hold 1, 2, 3, and relax. 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 Hold each of those exercises for a couple of seconds, but repeat about 10 of them. And I would do them a couple of times a day as well. So exercise number 3, this is a DIP blocking exercise. So the first exercise was more of a passive stretch. The second one was more of a strengthening, and then this third exercise is more of an active gliding of that FDP, just to get things moving a little bit through this inflamed space, but we're doing it in a protected way. So prop up on your elbow, and you're going to use your other hand to block the PIP joint. And then you want to come right below the DIP joint here. And what you're going to do is you're going to apply a little bit of pressure and actively bend just the tip of your finger. This is called a DIP blocking exercise. And you want to do about 10 of those. Now, if you have an oval 8, you could put the oval 8 on and slip that on your finger. And then you could make sure that you're just bending the tip of the finger that way. But as you can see, you're gonna get a little bit of bend in this joint with this, so that's why I still like to block and just get that DIP tendon to move. And I wouldn't just wiggle this, I would bend down, hold just a few seconds and back up. And hold just a few seconds and back up. And you should do about 10 repetitions of those a couple of times a day.